Hello everybody, this is Anika and welcome back to my YouTube channel Unika Anika. Today I have to do my political science seminar and for that I have to take an interview. And my topic is disability rights. So today I have with me Advocate Pallavi Salgaonkar, the Headmaster of Lokvishwas Pratishthan, Sir Arvind, Sir Vinod Satarkar, the Headmaster of Lokvishwas Pratishthan, Hearing Impaired Section. Me, Dr. Vikas Solyenker, an orthopaedic surgeon. RJ Uday from Big FM. Thank you ma'am for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Anika.
So my topic is disability rights and I'm trying to take as many interviews as possible to make sure that disability rights are covered in every field in my interview. So I've taken an interview of a doctor who's explained me his side of disability rights in medical field. I've also interviewed a few professors who have given me their insight on how they think disability rights should work in educational institutions. And today from you I needed your help in understanding how disability rights work in the law field.
Okay.
So my first question is, can you explain the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016?
So, Disability Right 2016, there are few more people like having like issues of cerebral palsy, then learning and understanding disability, then hearing, less of hearing. These people have been introduced, okay, they have been added. So they have almost, it is increased from 7 to 21. Okay, so and disability is basically the rights for disability is giving them, there is no discrimination. They shouldn't feel Disability Right Act gives support to all these disabled people to show that they are recognized. They are recognized in all respects, in all aspects, considering their financial, economic, educational, everywhere there is an equality.
Okay.
Yes.
Ma'am, I was recently researching for my topic and I came across this term called reasonable accommodation, and when I googled it I got a little bit of information on it. I understood that it's for people with disabilities or other circumstances where things are changed according to them. So can you please elaborate the whole process?
It's actually reasonable accommodation, you know, it's an extract from the American law. Okay, it's basically in what you that reasonable accommodation. It is like not any modification or adjustment done for the disabled people. Okay, at their working place. It is only that it is to introduce a system in work in which they can work at par with people, with having no effect on their dignity and and including their their individuality in that. So it is not now reasonable accommodation. So what do you consider as an accommodation for people who are disabled is what you will consider. There is no particular accommodation, like there will be no modification of work, or there will be no adjustments for work. It is only that they are given such an understanding so that their working is in par with others, keeping it dignified, so they don't feel that they are separate or treated indifferent.
Okay. Yes. So my next question is, we personally know that there are specific laws for people with disabilities, like you just mentioned. We also know that there are special laws for women. But are there any special laws for women with disabilities?
So what happens, Anika, laws for women, okay, you have to have special laws for women, because when they are disabled women, okay, so now like arthritis, ladies with arthritis are also considered, they are considered under this disabled category. Okay, so now what I want to say is, you are maltreated, or there can be sexual exploitation or sexual abusing. So these are the different aspects in which disabled women can be at at cost. Okay, and they are like these are the different things that they are exposed to at workplaces. So for that reason, this law, disability law, has special, okay, that there are special rights, especially for the women, kept so that they have this. They are not at their workplace. They have safety. Okay, they are who are not sexually exploited or not sexually harassed, and they are not maltreated or they are not treated unequally to the men.
So, to summarize the whole answer, the disability laws for women are the same as the normal women.
Yes, yes. But what happens, as I said, right in the beginning, I said, disabled people are having this disability. They are knowing it. Okay, they have been recognized, but they are not shown, or the indifference is not shown. There is to be an equality at the workplace, and they are in such a way that they are not maltreated.
Okay.
That is it.
सर आता मी पळयलां की दिव्यांग लोकां खातीर एक सेपरेट स्पेशल स्कूल केल्लें आसा, पण तरी बी थोडी भुरगीं आसा जी आमच्या कन्वेन्शनल स्कूल्सांनी वता, जाल्यार जी कन्वेन्शनल स्कूल्स आसात ती असल्या ह्या भुरग्यां खातीर अशें कितें करूंक शकतात की सगळ्यांक एक फ्रेंडली एनवायरमेंट जावचो आनी कोणाकूच अशें भायर डिफरन्शिएट केलें दिसपाचें आनी भायर सोडलें अशें दिसपाचें ना, ताच्या खातीर कितें करूं येता स्कुलांनी?
कशें आसा की आतां स्कुलांत सगळें आतां जें आसा की न्यू जी हे आयिल्लें आसा तेच्यातून किंवा की कुठल्याच भुरग्याक वा की तुमी नॉर्मल स्कुलांत किंवा की ह्या भुरग्याक ऍडमिशन जर त्यांनी दिवं ना तर त्यांच्यावर कारवाई जाता, म्हणजे एक्टिव्ह त्याच्या खातीर प्रत्येकाक ऍडमिशन दिवचेच पडटा. त्याच्या खातीर आतां गव्हर्मेंटांनी जी नॉर्मल स्कूल आसा त्यात रिसोर्स रूम म्हणून कन्सेप्ट हाडली आसा. तर तो रिसोर्स रूम म्हणजे कशें आसा की त्या भुरग्यांनी ते नॉर्मल भुरग्यां बरोबर शिकतली, ज्या विशयात किंवा ज्या सब्जेक्टात ती कमी आसा ती फाटी पडटा तर तांकां सेपरेट घेवन तांकां कोचिंग दिवन तांकां ही करून तांकां मुख्य प्रवाह त्यांच्या बरोबर हाडून ही करपाची ते चालले आसा. आणि आता इंडियात त्याच्यावर खूप, म्हणजे इंडियात ना जगातच त्याच्यावर भर दिला आसा की इन्क्लुझिव्ह एज्युकेशन.
सर आता दिव्यांग लोक असतात तांकां लोक अशें समजतात की ती कमी आसना कितें आसना, जाल्यार तांच्या अगेन्स्ट खूब वायलन्स जाता, मारामारी जाता, लोक तांकां कमी समजता. हे सगळें कमी करपा खातीर नाजाल्यार बंद करून उडोवपा खातीर कितें अशें गव्हर्मेंटान नाजाल्यार लोकांनी एज अ कम्युनिटी कितें स्टेप्स घेतला?
अशें आसा की आतां की आमच्या गोव्याच्या आतां स्पेशल जे म्हणजे आमची जी दिव्यांग आसा तर दिव्यांगाच्या हेच्या खातीर त्यांच्या रायट्सा खातीर किंवा त्यांच्यावर कुणी उभा किंवा की त्यांच्यावर अन्याय झाला किंवा कितें केलें तर त्याच्या खातीर त्या सगळ्यांनी समाजाने पुढे सरपाक जाय. आणि पुढे सरले ना तर ती आता याच्यामध्ये प्रत्येक जी कोर्ट आसा त्या कोर्टात एक सेल केल्लो आसा आणि त्याच्या खातीर थंय त्यांच्या खातीर जी ॲडव्होकेट ही सगळे आसता तर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट तांकां दिता आणि त्यांची ती केस लढता. त्याच्या खातीर ही आता चाललेली आसा आणि ह्याच्या अजून समाजात त्याच्याबद्दल जागृती निर्माण करून करपाक जाय आणि ह्याच्या खातीर वासा आता ते कमी जावपाक लागलेले आसा. फक्त समाजाने त्याच्या खातीर उभा की जो समाज असा किंवा की ते त्याच्या पुरतेच असा न मानता किंवा तो प्रश्न माझा बी असा आणि त्याच्या खातीर समाजाने उभा एखाद्या उभा की स्पेशल मुलगा असता तर त्याच्या कुटुंबाकडे उभा ज्यांना कोणी अन्याय करतात तर बाकीच्यांनी त्याच्या खातीर आवाज उठवून त्याच्यावर त्यांना हे करपाक जाय.
म्हणजे स्कूल गीत रामायण एक इव्हेंट ऑर्गनायज करता, जर तुमच्या स्कुलाची भुरगीं रामायण प्रस्तूत करतली, कशें जालें तें काणी घडलेली ती सांगतली, जाल्यार तुमकां दिसता की हे सगळे इव्हेंट्स ऑर्गनायज करतना जे आमचे स्टुडंट्स आसात तांकां समज आर्टिस्ट म्हणले तांकां अशें कितें अडचण येता जेन्ना तांकां रिसोर्सीस जाय आसता नाजाल्यार तांकां कसली हेल्प जाय आसता किंवा तांकां कसली ट्रेनिंग जाय आसता तेन्ना तांकां कितें अडचण बी जावपाक शकता अशें तुमकां दिसता?
अडचणी खूप आसता पूण तेजेर मात करपाक प्रयत्न करता. कारण आमचे कशे ट्रेन टिचर्स आसा, ड्रामा टिचर्स किंवा ड्रामा जय सर आसा तो ड्रामा ट्रेन करता. आमचे डान्स टिचर्स आमचे डान्स शिकोवपाक किंवा सायन लँग्वेजीक कम्युनिकेट करपाक, ब्रेनान कम्युनिकेट करपाक हे सगळे आमचे सपोर्ट सिस्टम स्कुलान आसा आमचे कडेन. म्हणून सगळे टिचर्स तेका एक्सपिरियन्स आसा म्हणून आमकां खूब त्रास जालो ना. पूण टिचर्सांनी भुरग्यांनी भरपूर मेहनत घेतली ते सक्सेस करपाक.
What are the measures the medical authorities take to prevent discrimination against patients with disabilities and to promote inclusivity?
At a hospital level, normally as a medical authorities, we educate our staff plus people who come to hospital so that whenever a patient comes to hospitals, they should not discriminate amongst the patient. But I personally feel more than medical authorities, education department and or social welfare department, they should have like a major role in this, because I think personally this education regarding this discrimination should start at the level of school or colleges first, because if we educate our kids, the possibility of discrimination will be like a little bit on lesser side. Second thing, via social welfare department, if we educate our society, again the possibility of discrimination will be on lower side. So more than medical authorities, actually we have minimum role in this as a to prevent the discrimination. Only we can educate our staff or people who comes to hospital, but major role it goes to the education and our social welfare department.
Okay. So secondly, how are the different healthcare needs of people with disabilities met in the Indian healthcare system?
Indian healthcare system. Actually, it starts from the person when he reaches the hospital. First thing, I think we should provide them reserved parking so that they should not face any issue with the traveling or this thing. Second thing, once they come out of the vehicle, there is to be enough open space. There should not be congestion at the hospital level. Third thing, there has to be a person who will help them, like a social worker, to get things done. Okay. Fourth thing, there has to be a special counter, like a reserved counter for them, so that they should avoid staying in the queue. Once they are done with this formality, there has to be a person who will take them to the OPD, and they should not make wait in the OPD. They can enter OPD directly. And once, like when we ask them to do an investigation, there has to be a person who will take them to the respective department, like X-rays or scan or ultrasound.
Do you think people's perception about people with disability is influenced by movies and TV shows?
Absolutely it does, because suppose I'll give you an example. If any filmmaker want to make a character which has a disability, and that depends on the intention of that filmmaker. Suppose that person wants to make a movie just to create a comedy out of it, or just want to make people laugh, then it's not good, right? And then it is not good for the people who are not with any disability, or like you can call it them the normal people, because they think that okay, this kind of making mockery of these people is okay with them. So it's bad in both ways, for the people with disability and the other people also. I think there are some other films also which they look into this problem. They talk about the people with disabilities and what kind of struggles they have to go through, what kind of triumphs if they succeed in their life, what kind of triumph they go through. And this gives a good impact in the society. People think about these people and they put themselves in their shoes. And I think this gives a good impact. So there are two impacts. One is bad and one is good. Now I can give an example of film called Nache Moyuri. I think that was based on Sudha Chandran. She lost her leg and then she was a dancer, and then how she overcame that challenge. That was one thing. And I think even the Amir Khan's Tare Zameen Par film can be given as an example, like how these films can help us understand this problem. So I think it can go both ways. It can have a good impact and bad impact as well.
And lastly, do RJs have to follow any guidelines about how to interact with their audience to make sure that the sentiments and emotions of those people are not hurt?
Absolutely. Why only RJ? I think anybody, every person should be careful what they are saying. And not only because of the people with disabilities, but otherwise also. Because whenever we say something, if that hurts other person, it's not good, right? Whether the person is not with disability or with disabilities, it is not good. And second thing, when an RJ, in RJ profession, it's very important to make other people feel good, make them happy, to spread happiness is our motto. And suppose we make a comment that hurts other person, then our entire, entire mission fails. What we are here, what we stand for, that fails altogether. So I think we should be very careful, and especially if the person is in the public eye, as we call them, or you call it celeb or the public figure, they need to be very extra careful when they comment something, not only on the people with disabilities, but otherwise also, and in generally also they should be very careful about what they're saying. And if you're talking about the guideline, I think the best guideline would be like what your parents tell you, how to respect other people and treat them with respect. I think that is the only guideline we can follow, not only artists but otherwise also in other field. Yeah.
So that was it for today's video. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment sections. Was it informative? Was it enjoyable? And should I make more videos like this? Also, if you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel Uday Chari. I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye!